It's time.
We're here.
It's
failure 4.
It's the end, my friends.
We got all these decks here.
We got some bad decks. They're bad.
We're bad. I'm gonna see if I can bring up the deck list.
Okay. So people can see while we're talking about them.
Yeah.
I kind of like going through them. I don't know who's first on the docket.
See if I can get this to work.
Okay.
Chrome is weird about you capturing it.
No.
It's like not even in this list.
I'm sure it's security related.
Probably. We're gonna get there one day. Let's go ahead and just pull up the deck list. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do Oakwalker.
It is now the June Junkyard. Yes, that's fine. I like that.
Oakwalker Sanctuary First Mate. All right, so AOA. Three of the 4 tonight are AOA decks, and so I think this is a pretty good example of why it took AOA so long to achieve acceptance. I think because when an AOA deck is losing, it doesn't feel like it does anything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Your everything is answered. You have some stuff that doesn't really have that much synergy, and you have oftentimes, like in the same deck, you have cards that you can't even play in the same turn, right? Like First Blood and Garganta Scrapper. If you draw both of these at the same time, you can't use them.
Yeah.
And both of them require you to have done something already.
Right. So like First Blood, you have to have a ready Brobnar, guys, and that's how often does that happen? Not very often.
Yeah. And also hilarious in this deck is just how tiny and puny these Brobnar creatures are. Groggins is the only one, right? But everyone, like nobody else in this deck can.
Some Grumpuses, Grumpus Tamer, Groggins, Scrapper, Bramo.
They can't even. These guys couldn't help a Grump Buggy.
No, nothing. Just the Groggins.
Right? So, because you look at Double Gauntlet of Command.
Because like also you have Into the Fray in there, and like how often can you get that much value?
Well, you can't get value from like 3 and 4 power creatures.
Right.
Groggins is really the only creature in here. And this is why I'm always confused by a card like Into the Fray. And this, I complained about this when we first started with AOA. Why does this say Brobnar creature?
Yeah, it should just say creature.
Right?
Because that lets you make extra plays. It's not. It doesn't break the card.
Right.
Especially doesn't break it if it Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very good with skirmish.
Yeah.
Sure. It would be good with somebody like Collector Worm, and you could like collect a bunch of stuff. But that requires you to fight with a creature that you had to find a way to fight with the creature in the same turn.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, you could use it on a Brobnar creature, but Gauntlet, Ganger Chieftain would help you. Relentless Assault. Because honestly, you look at like these Brobnar, Trimmer, Gauntlet, and Tripper and Double Gauntlet, and you're like, oh, that's not a bad start. And then you look at the rest of it, and I like Bramo. I think
Bramo's great. Yeah,
Bramo's pretty good. Little Rapskull is like all right in some matchups.
We have lost games where one of us played a little Rapskull and then
couldn't
hurt yourself more than the opponent.
Yeah. So Rapskull isn't great in this deck because you're not actually good at fighting.
Yeah. Right.
And the Grumpus Tamer and the War Grumpus, I think, is a great example of design kind of gone wrong. Claymore.
Thanks for that sub.
What a stupid
new player.
Stupid thing to come in this channel and announce.
Oh man.
I cannot believe this. Thank you again, Claymore.
Much appreciated.
We always appreciate your support, dude.
Yes.
This is like not quite pushed enough design, in my opinion.
I agree. It could be like it's just not there.
Fight on a 3-power dude.
Yeah. Very rarely.
You can reap.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the nice thing on it. So
it could say play, fight, reap.
Maybe. I mean, you look at the Star Alliance stuff, and you gotta wonder.
Yeah.
I don't think it's broken.
And it's limited to giants, so it's not like it's
Correct.
Ganger Chieftain copy.
Correct.
And this only works with giants.
Right. So maybe you take the giant off and says ready and fight with a neighboring creature, and it gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because then you could like crash. You could use it as a way to unstun people from other houses. You're like incentivized to actually hide it behind a taunt.
Yeah.
You know, because you're shutting off an avenue if you put it next to like a sanctum creature or whatever. And then Grumpus Tamer, same thing. I think it's just kind of too small to really get anything done. So I think they're like terrified of high power in this game. For some reason.
Thanks for stopping by, Claymore. Hope you enjoy them VODs tomorrow. We're gonna talk a lot of crap about you, so you can catch up on all that.
Thank you for the kind words. All right, so Logos.
Oh my gosh, the 5 gifted subs.
Yeah, he's doing it again.
What are you doing? You crazy?
He's throwing them around.
You madman. X3 Choco.
He's by far and away the largest sub gifter in the channel.
Number one sub gifter.
Wait, is there a way for us to track that?
It's covered up by all his gift subs right now. Can't see it, but yes.
67. Wow.
Man, that's awesome.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Andy Hartley.
It's like almost a year worth of that.
Watch Wolfie win. The Evil Turnip and fires on.
He smashed right into the chat, threw out gifted subs, crashed his way out. So
very cool. All right, so Logos.
All right, so the Logos in this deck does not very complement the Brobnar, I would say.
It's also very low power on average.
Yeah, I think you would probably you're like looking at 8 creatures if you wanted to play a Might Makes Right in this deck to
make it to
get there.
Yeah.
You know, like this seems like not great because you have some like logo standouts, right? This squad right here, I mean, like these were all creatures we really wanted in.
Yeah, and
AOA
you're
decks.
great with like that package. That's fine.
The big deal is that they just kind of get pushed off to the table.
Yeah.
You know, if your Brobnar is making your opponent think twice about it, and honestly, Archimedes is not great in this deck. You got Igor and Helperbot, Bramo, Tixel Beambuckler. So you have 4 creatures you actually want Archimedes. Basically, maybe Titan Librarian, but basically everybody else.
They're just like, they're there to go to the archive if they die. It's not, you're not doing zero combo stuff.
Okay, and we have to point out, your Brobnar not stopping a key. Your Logos is not stopping a key unless they give you something that you can remote access.
Yeah, which can happen.
You've got a Cutthroat Research. So your opponent knows not to go to 8. And this Mars? Nothing. So your amber control in this deck is your opponent's artifacts.
Yep.
Which is bad.
That's not great.
Because this deck has got a pretty high creature count, right?
It's 21.
21.
Yep.
So that means you're going to have to generate your amber
on board.
Yeah, you got 1, 2. I see 2 pips in Mars. And like Mars first is like an extra pip because you can always reap with a Mars creature. So you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
you have 6.
I could have told you that, but yes, 6
amber pips in this deck. That's miserable.
It's pretty bad.
Like you have to get, if you're going through your deck, you're gonna have to get your amber from your creatures who we've established are not good at fighting.
It has 0.5 amber control on SAS. The little Rapskull is 0.21 amber control. I don't know about that, but I guess so. Cutthroat Wizard is 0.25. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Knowledge is power. I think the one way this deck can win is if you
get a big knowledge power off.
You get a big knowledge power.
Yeah.
So Oakwalker. There's just in the Mars. There's just a lot of dead stuff going on in the Mars. Sample collection and double exterminate.
Exterminate's killing like one thing sometimes. You do have Zorg to like go with it.
Zorg is the only thing. It's the big.
The Sky
problem.
Boosters can kill lower power stuff. That's okay. And there's a lot of low power stuff in this format.
Entropic Manipulator, from what we've seen, is basically a blank card.
Yeah.
So, the crazy thing to me is that you could play Glixel Proliferator and play Mars first and like want to archive nothing from your discard pile. Like honestly, there's a lot of times where I don't think you're like, well, I don't want to put any of this back in my deck.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll get Mars first. No, can't do that.
Yeah,
I'll get nothing.
Yep,
nothing.
Nope,
nothing. Slip Select last.
How's it going?
Roadrunner.
This deck, the Oakwalker is like, this is like just a sad excuse for a deck.
It's not great.
You got, because like another thing with the redundancy in this deck is you've got 2 Pip-Pips and a little Rapskull, and they all basically serve the same purpose. Little Rapskull is even worse. Like if you have multiple Pip-Pips on the table, it's not really doing anything for you.
Yeah, it's
over
just
what you were already doing.
Right.
So
it's kind of funny that Pip-Pip is not kind of Ember control, but Little Rapskull does.
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't. Pip-Up doesn't technically stop Amber from being generated for any amount of time.
Yeah, yeah, because your opponent could still just reap with their guys.
Yeah.
So
let's check out Jaxine.
Jaxine, Inner Court Hierophant. All right, this is another Brobnar Logos. Honestly, I Brobnar and Logos in AOA just didn't really mesh, right? We had a lot of, I know Nibirius won the tournament and it was a Brobnar Logos disc deck, but I felt like that deck was like, you had the awesome Exhume package that wanted to use the Brobnar or the Logos or itself.
Yeah.
And then the Logos was just drawing a bunch of cards.
It was just chugging through the deck, too.
And the Brobnar was just kind of there.
The Brobnar was there to it had a good turn at some point in the game.
Yes.
Where it just murdered everything.
And the important thing about it was that the Brobnar was big, so you didn't lose to Drum or Not.
Yeah.
Combos. So, hilarious. So I think of Jaxine as like the twisted image of Nibirius, right?
Yeah, right.
Because I think there's a lot of parallels in this deck. You got Exhumes. You don't have the Time Traveler, right? Like I think Time Traveler.
Also, again with the Cutthroat Researches.
Yeah. Now I think this deck. What do we got? Nothing. You can poltergeist your opponent's artifact.
Yep.
You got an Amber Imp. Brobnar? Nope. Forge Master Og? Your opponent?
That's sort of something, I guess.
Your opponent forged too much? Logos, you got a Seismo Tangler?
Yep.
You got 2 Cutthroat Researches?
The thing about the Researches is they don't do anything 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
They get you Amber.
Yeah, especially in this.
You'd rather have a Twin Bolt or Positron Bolt or something like that.
Right.
Obviously, that's not an AoE, but...
Yeah, and I think that's one of the major problems.
Swirl. would have been great, right? And that's what.
Yeah,
that was always one of my favorite cards.
And Tropic Swirl is insane. Yeah. I mean, I think like you have triple ZYX Researcher in this deck, and the only cards you want to use that on in logos would be like Lab Work,
Wormhole,
Wild Wormhole, Knowledge is Power.
Sometimes standardized testing.
Sometimes standardized testing if the matchup was bad. Now I do like ZYX Researcher Exhume because that gives you some tricky plays.
Yeah.
But man, there's a lot of dead cards in this deck. Just looking at it, and honestly, this Brobnar is not offensive. I do think it is funny the number of like War Grumpuses.
There's a lot of War Grumpuses involved.
And
this is a 1 War Grumpus deck as well.
Yeah. So it
doesn't even have the Tamer.
It took the place of one of your rares.
Yeah, you just have a War Grumpus.
You have 1 War Grumpus.
Not even the package.
Now, I mean, it does have Blood of the Titans in duplicate, so that's pretty good because that like makes it so the War Grumpus can actually fight.
Yeah.
And Lollop is a nice thing to just plop right down next to the War Grumpus to let him do some stuff.
He gets busy, and there's into the fray, so you can clean up some stuff.
I would be surprised if this deck won the tournament.
I would be too. But the thing is, it has 0 Amber Control, and that was his downfall in every game it lost. It's just like my opponent's like, okay, I go to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pips in this deck.
11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
According to
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
Yeah.
11 pips in the deck.
16 creatures.
Yeah.
15 actions.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think this deck will win the tournament. Shogun.
Thank you for that tier 1 sub. 2 months. Look at that.
We appreciate that, man.
You're well on your way. 1 year.
Yeah. So I don't think this deck will win the tournament. This deck is not great.
I do think Oakwalker is like a degree worse than that deck.
Yeah, substantially.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Into the Fray is really good with Lollop.
Yeah, the Brobnar in this deck is so much better than the Brobnar we looked at in here, and I think
despite
the logos,
not having Amber Control, right?
The logos in Oakwalker may be better, but I think the Exhume or the Dis is better than this Mars for sure.
Yes, yeah. This is not great, but I mean you can Exhume Dust Imp enough times to win a game.
That being said, are they even playing against each other? They could be in the finals.
Okay.
It's Oakwalker versus Planter first, and then it's Jaxine versus T0.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, this deck at least utilizes the archives, so I think you can set up some big turns.
Right.
It's also got a Knowledge Power. It's hilarious to me how many cards keep showing up in these decks that are the same. Right, like Knowledge is Power is showing up.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a good card.
Research, War Grumpus.
Yeah, it's a good card, but it's not like. And I think we're spoiled on Cutthroat Research because of Worlds Collide,
because of the taxing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Planter.
Oh,
we're doing Planter.
Planter.
You want to do Planter last or?
No, we can do Planter now.
Okay. Plantech. Tough as heck. All right.
To note, we have 0 Worlds Collide decks in the top 4. I don't know. We didn't have any in the top 8, right?
There was one.
There was one in the top 8.
I believe there was one.
Oh no, there wasn't. It was it was like 6 and 2.
Yeah, you're right.
For Coda and AOA. Now we're 3 and 1.
So this is, I think this is a classic example of the kind of Coda deck you could get, where you had a bunch of different synergy pieces, but not the cards that they actually synergized with.
Yeah.
This deck has so many clunky dead turns, right? This is a double Smith deck
with like
that's where you do
2 creatures.
Yeah. This is where you do like the Vince McMahon meme where he's like.
Yeah.
And then you see the 2 Brobnar creatures, and you fall out of your share. So, yeah. At least you got a punch, but you have 2 Brobnar creatures, meaning your War Song. You have to like Brothers in Battle and War Song at the same time. So it's crazy how many like Brobnar actions are in this deck that don't actually affect the board, right?
Yeah, a lot of the time Warzone's not going to do anything. Sometimes
Warsong's not going to do anything.
Barehanded might not.
Barehanded can hurt you.
Yeah.
No artifacts.
That is one artifact.
It's got the Screech Bomb.
Yep, that's it.
So now, hilariously, this deck, I think, if it was facing off something against something that like really relied
heavy
on
artifacts, it would probably wreck them.
because of the EMP blast and the barehanded. But like, yeah, I mean, like Blood Money is good. Like you look at Blood Money and Smith, and you're like, wow, this is gonna generate a lot of amber. But I don't know how. I don't hate Bumpsy. It's at least amber control. Like this Brobnar at least can stop a key every once in a while. Yeah, like going to 6 is not a sure thing against it. See, I think there's so many turns in this deck where you say Brobnar and you play or discard 3 to 4 cards and nothing changed from the turn before at all.
I think that's almost guaranteed to happen once a game with this deck.
And the Mars in this deck, hilariously, is like on the verge of being playable.
It's on the verge of greatness.
It's so close, right? You got a battle fleet. But how many times in this deck have you successfully used the Zizix?
And also the battle fleet is not getting hit for a lot in this deck. Because you don't have any way to archive.
You don't have
no setup.
No archive.
No draw.
This deck is raw. Play your cards or discard them, and then move on to the next turn. You know?
Yeah.
How many times with this deck do you use a Zix successfully? Nothing. You've got a Blip-Ip. You've got a John Smith. You've got a Soft Landing, right? You have all these ways for Zizix to come down, and you're just like, I have no creatures. You get no creatures. There's not one in my hand.
Yeah, there's only 13 creatures in this deck.
Yeah. It's that Coda like very light pre-algorithm fixing. Yeah. I mean, like
this is rough.
Yeah, this deck is like you look at ammonia clouds and Martian hounds, and you're like,
oh yeah,
oh boy,
I'm gonna combo out and amber and put some counters on something. And
put a bunch of power counters on something that don't matter, right? Phosphorus stars, like this was like the hallmark for you say a house and discard this card 99% of the time.
Yep, there were a couple times where that did win games.
Yeah,
to be fair.
Yeah, I think it's better against Worlds Collide and AOA.
I totally agree. Yeah, it was wrecking them. I think that helped in the March Madness tournament. I believe there was a Phosphorus Stars devastatingly played against the Worlds Collide board. Yeah, you just tap down a bunch of Saurians. Yeah, so. And then Untamed.
Yeah, and this Untamed is like you see double Hunting Witch. That's another.
You're like, oh yeah,
double Life Web. The problem with the Life Webs in this tournament is that they're even worse. I play. I think it was last
where I played
Sunday.
the Hunting Web, but I had no amber,
and I had no amber to steal with it. Right, and cards like this, cards where your opponent can like look at your deck list and say, oh, I just played. If there's like a situation where it might hit me, I just don't play. So, and like this, and 2 Save the Packs.
Yeah.
13 creatures.
Very often,
cooperative hunting.
You are discarding both the Save Packs.
Yeah.
Very often.
Anytime you draw both at the same time, you're feeling it.
Guaranteed one is bad.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Right. You like don't even want to save them for the next turn.
Yeah.
So, Planter. I don't want to say Planter is a favorite to win it. Planter is the perennial loser on this channel.
It was the original loser.
It's the original worst of the worst.
Lost our Coda worst of the worst deck tournament.
Now T0. This is the deck that Justin was forced to play. Did you play it every round?
Yes.
So you won with it until you didn't, I guess.
That's right. I only lost to Colby with it.
Okay. So funny to me.
Yep.
Now, I mean, I can see why in an AOA, well, all of your games went to 3.
Yes.
Yes, that explains it to me.
Yeah.
So
I probably lost games with it, but I had to win with it to advance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Note the 4 power right here.
Yeah, they all have Brobnar. I still love Brobnar. Evidence notwithstanding. Because this is another one of those decks where there's like a lot of stuff that's going on in it that looks pretty good, but
I believe I had to get very creative, and I had to maximize every single turn I had to be able to win.
Yeah.
And it was like if no matter how bad my turn is, if I get to 6 amber, I was gonna get to 6 amber. That was my.
Well, that in AOA, that's like good enough.
Yeah.
Because that was that we discovered that on this channel. I felt like where we were like, just get to 6. However, whatever you got to do, get to 6.
Let's do it.
And AOA sealed specifically, that is like almost guaranteed good for a key. And I felt like holding tricks. Timing your tricks to stop keys in AOA was really important.
Yep. I remember I would hold on to like burn the stockpile, miasma until the time was right most of the time.
Yeah.
In this deck.
I could see miasma especially. If you end up in a situation where you're racing, there's no reason to discard this.
No, you gotta have it.
Yeah, you like need it to win the game.
Yeah.
Now Merkins is a favorite card of mine. Love this card.
It's just worse and worse as this tournament goes on.
Yeah, hilariously.
Funny enough.
And these bad pennies, I bet you probably only used them for throwing stars, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I think I always discarded them. Almost always.
Makes sense to me, honestly. I mean, I don't hate the shadow side. Once again, it doesn't fight very well, but that's kind of a common theme among a lot of these decks.
Yeah.
Despite having Brobnar. Now, I bet these double flamethrowers actually probably did some work.
They did, yeah. For this Martian Hounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got flamethrowers and Mother Gun.
Yeah. So there was a lot of damage going out.
Yeah, you can control what's on the board. Collector Worm and a Mars First. Yeah, that's good. The 4 Shock Worms are actually... He's not the easiest person to just fight off the board.
Right.
And so if you've got them in multiples, then that really slows an opponent down. They have to engage with you, which I think you're fine with in this deck. So, and this guy's good. Xanthix Harvester. Love this guy.
Just good.
He's just good. You get enough Mars creatures that
they can hide behind him, and
he will.
And people are going to target Shockworms first most of the time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't expect. If honestly, I think who's playing. If now that we're here, my prediction:
Jaxine versus T0.
Okay.
And Oakwalker versus Planter.
Oh, so this is actually tough then, because I think these two decks are the better decks. So the better decks are facing off, and the worst decks are facing off.
Yes.
I expect whoever wins the Oakwalker Planter, whoever advances in the Oakwalker Planter matchup is going to get steamrolled by the other deck in the finals.
I don't know about steamrolled, but yeah, I agree. Is going to be they are the favorite to win that game, for sure. Noted again that there are War Grumpuses in this Brobnar. So every AOA deck that is in the Final Four
has a War Grumpus of some sort.
Has at least one War Grumpus,
Yeah. There's a lot of Martian Hounds going around.
2 Martian Hounds, which is a rare.
Yeah.
But it is in both is in 2 of these decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Storm. That might have been an advantage of mine, is it being sealed, so they didn't know my deck list, so they
didn't know what to play around.
Right, they didn't know what to play around, so they just played as if my deck was good. I'm sure that gave me an advantage. Yeah,
handily defeated.
Yeah, I think just winning the game. I don't know that it's going to be a stomping or anything, but we'll find out. So we can now,
all right,
do the deed. All right, so we got our final 3 matches.
Here. Let me get the bets going.
And Planter. So Oakwalker and Planter are first. The month's worth of stream leads to this moment. Misery, tears, frustration, salt. All of it led to this. You're on Planter.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be like to play good decks again? I don't even know.
Who even knows? We're gonna go from this to like the gauntlet.
Yeah. I think we put the winner of this. I think we put the worst deck in the gauntlet. I think it's one of the gauntlet decks.
Actually, I think that's not a bad idea. I think it's a. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, it's a measuring stick, right?
Yeah. How bad do you trash a bad deck?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's like it's like the goldfish thing, right? Like, what if your opponent was a goldfish?
You put him. You put it in the middle as like a rest game.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
So it's 5 total decks. The third game is the trash.
Okay. Kind of like a. I mean, it's 6. Is it worth doing 6? Because that's like the format of the stream, or do you prefer 5?
I think 5 because I think these games will not be as timely.
Yeah, I gotcha.
As we're used
Gotcha.
to. I think 5 is probably a good number for these. And that lets us talk about the decks and talk about the games a little more.
Yeah.
Can you beat the worst deck? If you lose, you take its spot. It stops right there. You're absorbed into the worst deck. It can be like if something beats the gauntlet, it can supplant one of the gauntlet decks or something like that. It beats all 5. Or it becomes a champion like the Final Four. It face blue in a cave. Misfit is ready. What else is ready? A Royal Family Gauntlet for my buddies. None of them are that good. Just all royal names. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like the Royal Flush King from Batman.
An error occurred.
So I had there was like a pause before it like started the thing, so I'm wondering if they've got like
What's up?
wonder if they're having issues.
Stream Elements is constantly struggling.
Need a king. What do we have a king? I've got
King the Mayor.
I've got King the Mayor.
Yeah, King the Mayor is pretty good. All right, I'll keep.
I will keep.
Play bear.
All right, I will say logos. Okay, so I'm gonna make a heads up play. I'm making a sneaky. Don't you look. I'm gonna show everybody what I'm doing. Okay. You're looking. I can tell you're looking. All right, so I'm gonna do a sneaky. Okay, so I'm gonna use this card on this card. Okay. Because I know something about that deck. So I'm gonna play Quantum Finger Trap. I'm gonna Knowledge is Power this card.
All right.
Go ahead. I will draw.
I'm gonna say Mars. Play a Battle Fleet.
Oh no.
And we'll draw 3 cards.
It's like a record.
Wow, incredible. I will discard the Ammonia Clouds. Play Soft Landing. Play Zizix the Many. I will Jammer Pack 6. Reap with Zizix. And I will archive a Bumpsy. Okay.
I am gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play First Blood. I am going to Trimmer. I'm gonna play a Grumpus Tamer and a Little Rapskull. It is your turn. I will draw.
Okay, I'll say Untame. Discard Save the Pack. Play a Life Web. Play Hunting Witch. Play Dew Fairy. Gain 1. Barrel and stuff.
Okay, I am going to say Mars. I'm going to discard Sample Collection. I am going to play Tixel Beambuckler to shoot the Dew Fairy. I'm gonna play a Zizek Shockworm, and then I am gonna Mars first the Tixel Beam Buckler to kill the Hunting Witch. And it's your turn. I'll draw.
Alright, I'll say Robnar. Pick up the archive. Play Bumpsy.
It's gone.
Play Screech Bomb. Play War Song. Play Brothers in Battle for Untamed. And fight the Rapskull. Yep. Game one. Okay. Psychic Assassin.
I am gonna say Logos and pick up my archives. I'm gonna remote access the Screech Bomb.
Yeah.
All right. I am gonna draw a card in Library of the Babel. I will play a Titan Librarian, an Archimedes, and an Igor. I'll discard Sky Booster Squadron and Exterminate. I'll play Pip-Pip. Play Pip-Pip down there. Go ahead.
Well,
I will draw 2 and then archive 1 with a Titan Librarian.
I think it's time to call Mars and hit you with the Phosphorus Stars.
Not these guys.
No. It's done here. Play Blipip and John Smith. All Martian Hounds. Give something 2 power. Sure, I'll give John Smith 2. Since his ability is a fight reap ability, which I just now realized.
Once again, why?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say Logos. I will draw a card with Library of Babel.
Oh yeah, I gotta get chains, don't I? Crap, that card's really bad. Let me fix my hand. Had none of those. I got these.
Okay. I will unstun all of the Logotarians. I am gonna play a Helper Bot who is gonna play a Sky Booster Squadron. I'll play Cutthroat Research. And I guess I'll play the Sky Booster Squadron down there. And it is your turn. I'll ready him up.
Alright, I'll say Brobnar.
And draw 3.
All barehanded.
Okay.
Smith.
Oh, I gotta archive. You get to decide which order they go. I gotta go.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. Unstun this guy. Yeah, I'm done.
So you're at 7. If only I could deal with that number. Okay, I am gonna say Mars, I guess. I will play a Zorg. I was gonna play Stunned. I am gonna play Entropic Manipulator. Yeah. I will move that damage to Igor. Now the hilarious thing is, I think if I play this, I have to start destroying my own creatures.
Yeah.
Because the only thing smaller than my Martians are my own creatures. I could Zorg and kill like Ancient Bear or Bumpsy, but that doesn't seem worth it.
Did I adjust in the wrong fella? What does that mean? What could that possibly mean?
Unstun.
Oh, what did I unstun?
I don't know.
Not Bumpsy?
You took a Brobnar turn?
Yeah.
Did you reap with him?
I must have unstunned the bear.
Oh, yeah. You got it. Yeah. Here we go. He did. Yeah, if by Justin you mean cheat, then yes, he did Justin the wrong creature there.
Yep.
Okay, so gotta reap. I think I'll reap with the Shockworm. You don't have anything that stuns my guys. So I'll reap with the Shockworm. And I'll have the Sky Booster Squadron and the Beam Buckler fight the Zizix. Like any other deck, I would be really scared of like Blipip and John Smith on the table. But there's like no Mind Warpers, you know, there's nothing that just goes crazy. So I'll say check with 6. It's your turn. I will draw. And then I got to archive one.
Alright, I'll say Untamed. I'll play Witch of the Eye. I'll play Way of the Wolf.
Oh, you forged. You actually forged, yeah. Unstun. Autocorrected to Justin.
Well, Cooperative Hunting. 1, 2, 3.
He's got armor. Oh.
4, 5. And I'll save the pack.
Okay. So these go to the archives. And these are all dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, so I will forge.
Did Nathan take Amber for Reap?
I did, I went to 6.
Okay.
I don't have to stun because Pip and Xanthic, or sorry, the Harvester, not Harvester, Shockworm say enemy creatures.
He was joking.
Oh. When you're used to making as many mistakes as we do, then okay, I am going to say I'll pick up my archives and say Brobnar. I'll play a Gauntlet of Command. I'll unstun Grumpus Tamer. I will play a War Grumpus. Oh, I played this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Scrapper. I'll play a Groggins. And it is your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll say Brobnar. I will hate the War Grumpus.
And
Oh, I guess I'll Blood Money it first.
sure.
I'll Tremor.
Okay.
I'll play Smith. Can't quite get that. That's it.
Okay, I will say Brobnar, unstun the Grumpus Tamer, unstun Groggins, Gargantus Scrapper. Gargantus Scrapper is actually going to fight Blipip. Gonna be getting close to Mars' turn. I'm gonna into the fray Groggins, and then Gauntlet of Command. It's gonna fight Witch of the Eye. It will fight John Smith. It's at 7 damage, and then it's gonna fight Bumpsy. Okay, here you go. I actually held on to the end of the fray because I felt like I needed it to get enough actions. Go ahead. I'll draw one.
I'll say Mars. I'll EMP Blast.
Oh, my Gauntlet.
Play Zizix, play Dominator.
I was right. The Mars turn was coming.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can't stop that key. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play Library of Babel and a Quantum Finger Trap. I am going to play a Titan Librarian. I'll unstun the Helper Bot. I will play Igor. Yeah, I guess I'll discard War Grumpus and a Gauntlet of Command. Then I'll play a Pip-Pip. And it is your turn. I will draw. I gotta shuffle, and then I gotta draw 2 more and archive 1.
Well, you played a Life Web, Nathan. I have to do it to you.
Oh no.
It's only 1, but...
Oh no. That's a devastating loss from which I will never recover.
Play Hunting Witch, play Briar Grub.
Oh god.
Bear Will and Stun.
You want to play the Hunting Witch on the other side of the Dominator?
Flip the key? Oh, I made a second key, didn't I? Yeah, probably.
Okay. Draw, archive. That. Alright. I will say Mars. I'm gonna unstun the Zorg. I am going to play a Glixel Proliferator and a Zizix Shockworm. I will play Exterminate. So 3 will kill 2. 4 will kill 2. 7 will kill 5. I don't have to assassinate any of my own people. Actually, I should play that there. Do I Mars first to stun the Zizix because it's like technically Amber control in this situation? Or do I try to win?
Say stun a non-Mars creature, anyway.
Zorg?
Oh,
Stun
Zorg. I thought you were
yeah.
thinking. I was thinking about
Squawker.
Squawker, yeah.
I am gonna use Mars first. Do I reap with the... Do I reap or do I stun? I'm just like throwing away the Zorg to like stop you from generating 1 Amber, but you can generate 3 more Amber in this game before I cannot stop you. So I think I have to crash the Zorg into the Dominator to stun Zizix.
Okay.
It puts 6 damage into the Dominator at least. So okay. Your turn. I will draw 5.
I'll say Mars. I will.
Oh, and I got to archive 1.
All Ammonia Clouds.
Oh boy. So 3, dead.
I'll play Zizix and I'll instant.
3 damage.
That's it.
Guess I have to take a Logos turn here, huh? I'll draw a card, Library of Babel. I'll play a Cutthroat Research. I'm gonna play a Titan Librarian. I'm gonna play an Archimedes. I am gonna reap with Titan Librarian. I will remote access nothing, and then I'll knowledge his power for 2. Tempted to like try to give it a turn to see if I can knowledge his power for more. But I think that's just me. So I'll archive 2 now.
I'll say Brobnar. I will War Song, loot the bodies, play Fire Spitter, punch Librarian.
It's too much amber.
Give me 2, and I'll barehanded put those on top and get to 6.
No way to stop you.
Oh yeah.
There's literally no amber control in this deck.
Planner did it. We did it.
Oh, Oakwalker. This deck
pretty
is pretty bad, man.
New levels of bad. Alright, Coda 1's way out of the tournament finally.
This deck. Planter. No longer the worst of the worst.
Moving on to the finals. Alright, so Jack Scene and T0.
Alright.
This is the level where Martian border control becomes good, you're right. On T0. Show the bet.
Oh yeah. So Justin won. Somebody got a King's Ransom there, I think.
Oh man.
Somebody got King the Mayor's Ransom there. An error occurred.
Alright, cool.
Could not fetch contests. You know what that means, Farquad.
They're about to delete the database.
You know what that means, Lord Farquad. Oh, apparently it's going? Is it actually going?
Yeah. No? No.
It says the contest has ended. I wonder if it instantly started it and closed it.
Yeah, just close it.
Uh-oh. An error occurred, could not fetch contests.
This always happens on the finals.
Yeah, I know.
I swear.
We, maybe behave?
It says it started in chat this time.
I don't believe it.
It says it did. It does say it did in the chat. So bet at your own risk.
Yeah. Who knows? It's okay. Okay.
Is it like in historical?
Past contests. I don't.
Feel free to bet any amount of amber that you want to lose forever.
Bets are going through.
Yeah.
What? Cool. Okay, it's telling me it's going.
Okay.
I see active bets. Okay.
Big dollars.
There you go.
Who's the dog?
It's a pretty funny dog picture.
Look at that dog. Every stream, Eddie goes without treats. Every single stream.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's how we do it. That was a 9.
You're first. He barely stand up. He's so malnourished. Can't even move his legs. Wonder if he has enough strength left to chew.
I didn't know deck ratings were gonna take treats out of Eddie's mouth.
Down he goes.
I'm only getting this.
You can barely stand. High quality dog yawns.
Yeah, he's out.
He's right back asleep. Yeah, yes, I'm making fun of you, man. Sorry. That hand was bad. That, I suppose that's
Technically, every hand's gonna be bad.
Yes, that's to be expected.
Okay, play flamethrower.
I am going to say Logos. I'm gonna play Seismo Entangler. I'm gonna lab work. And your turn. I'll draw.
Say Shadows. Hideaway Hole. Play Redlock. Discard Bad Penny. Play Dusk Chronicles. Archive a card.
Okay, I am gonna say Dis. I'm gonna play Wretched Doll. I'm gonna play Onyx Knight, destroy each creature with odd power. I'll play Streak, and I'll play Not Finished with You. And it is your turn. I will draw to you.
Brobnar. Play a Flamethrower.
Oh.
We're online. Play Sound the Horns. Miasma. Good. Mother Gun, Grumpus Tamer. Play Grumpus Tamer. Play a Lollop. Trimmer those guys. Hit him with a Flamethrower.
Trimmer's done so much work this game.
Yeah, man.
Or both games, I should say. Okay, I am gonna say Logos. I'm gonna acknowledge his power. I think I actually value the archiving slightly more than the one amber here. I will standardize testing, which will blow up the Streak and the Wallop, since I cannot deal with that Wallop. And then I will play Cutthroat Research. And it is your turn. I will draw. Oh, Seismo Entangler, Brobnar.
Okay. Play Shadows. I'll play Ronnie. Play Furtive Investors. I'm done.
Okay. I am going to say Brobnar. I'll draw my stuff from the archives there. I'm gonna Trimmer, Blood Money Ronnie, Flamewake Shaman Ronnie, play a Calphine, Blood of the Titans Calphine. And your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll say Mars. I'll pick up the archive. Play Shockworm. The Harvester. I'll Mars first the Harvester to ready and reap. I'll Martian Hound the Shockworm. Okay. Check.
Alright. I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to play Lollop.
This is probably a good time for Hideaway Hole. So yeah, I would have used Hideaway Hole.
Okay. I am going to Into the Fray, Calphine. So I will attack, and it's elusive, so take 2, ready, and I'll attack with Shockworm again.
That probably made your Into the Fray easier, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it was a good time to do it.
Yeah.
I will reap with the Flamewake Shaman.
That's ready, right?
Oh yeah, I'll reap with Calphine. That deck has The burn the stockpile, right?
It does.
Yeah. So I won't reap with caffeine. I'll stay at 6. So check with 6. It's your turn. I'll draw 2.
That is one benefit of having played sealed with it.
Yeah, people like just blunder right in.
Yeah. That probably won me almost every game. This game is deck 1.
I believe it. Burn the stock. I love burn the stockpile.
Yeah,
it's such a great card.
All right, so I'll play Brobnar. I will play War Rumpus. I'll burn there twice. Play Foozle. Play Ganger Chieftain. I can't actually do anything profitable here. I guess I can fight Lollop. That's something. I can fight Lollop, and then ready to fight Lollop. I'll discard Burn the Stockpile. That's it.
Okay. I am going to forge. Make you look like an idiot. I'm gonna Coward's End.
Oh no, my cowards.
And then I've got.
Should have flamethrower them.
Then I'll read 3 times. And drop a key. Drop a chain. Your turn.
Say Mars. I will key abduction. Play Shockworm.
I will say Logos. I'm gonna play Titan Librarian. And
I was also trying to look for the videos from Nova, but the only videos of me are my 2 losses.
Hilarious.
Because like I was on round like 5.
Yeah, well, because Seismo Mars, because there was really only one thing that was recorded there, right?
Yeah, it was one game.
Yeah. And go ahead. I will drop a chain and draw 2.
Alright, I'll say Shadows. I'll play Subtle Maul, play Umbra, and I will Merkins, your top card.
Z-Wax Researcher.
Sweet. We'll archive this. Okay.
Okay. I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to play Forge Master Og. Calphine is going to fight this Zizek Shockworm. That kills it finally. And I will Reap with Lollop and Reap with Flamewake. They'll both get stunned. I'll say check with 6, and it is your turn. I will draw 1, drop the chain, and then archive 1. Go ahead.
I'll say Mars. Pick up the archive. Play Mother Gun. Play Collector Worm. Play Sky Booster. Play Shockworm. And I'll reap this guy.
Okay. I will forge. I am going to say Dis. I'm going to play Amber Imp, Dust Imp, the Unstun the Onyx Knight. Actually, no, I got a better play. I'll put my archives in my hand. I will unstun the Onyx Knight. I'm gonna Poltergeist your Flamethrower to do 1 damage to my Onyx Knight, and a splash 1, so that I can exhume the Onyx Knight for odd creatures. Get the Shockworms.
Okay.
Then I will play Yerk. I will Wretched Doll the Collector Worm. Give it a Doom token. And your turn, I will draw 6. I've been hanging on to that Exhume because I wanted to Exhume the Onyx Knight because it was like the easiest way for this deck to deal with the Shockworms. I wanted to Poltergeist the Subtle Maul, but I just got to get the Shockworms off the table, I think.
So Shadows, I'll play Ronnie. I'll play Bad Penny. I'll Throwing Stars. I'll do 1, 1, 1. And I'll discard the Bad Penny. But I get 2 for that. I'll settle all you. Merkins.
Oh, I gotta archive one. I wouldn't have archived Calphine. I would have archived this card. So.
Merkin's gonna fight Librarian. That's it.
I'm just gonna go. I'm going in, moving in. I'm gonna pick up the archives. I'm gonna say this. I'll Wretched Doll the Collector Worm. Dust Imp is gonna fight the ZYX researcher. So I'll get to. I will Exhume the Dust Imp. Yep. And then I will reap, stunning. Say check with 6.
Okay, so I'll forge. I gotta use all my amber.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say Brobnar.
I'll draw 2.
I'll Flamethrower there. I will Pound there.
Okay.
I'll burn the stockpile.
Yep.
Play
so pounded there, so he's got 3 now.
Lollop and a Grumpus. Did you archive?
I did not. This. Okay. I am going to say Logos. I'll use this and say Brobnar. I'm gonna play ZYX Researcher. I'll Wild Wormhole to Gib. I will backup copy the Researcher. Then use the Burn and Stockpile. Used Ronnie. I'll Reap with Titan Librarian. I'll go 7. Say check.
That's it.
Good. Oh yeah.
That's it.
Whew.
We got there.
Zoom is too powerful for this tournament.
Yeah. It only hurts you, really. The one turn, at least.
Yeah, it's true. What did Researcher do? Oh, archived something.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, moving on.
Jackson.
We got our finals. The Terrible 2. It's anyone's game.
It worked smoothly that time. Don't bet yet because you don't know who's playing what, but it did work smoothly that time. Wait, this is a closed contest.
Uh-oh.
It's not working smoothly, guys.
Uh-oh.
I lied to you.
Did I play? You played Opark first round, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just
swap.
Yeah. We'll
okay.
swap.
So I'm on T0 and you're on Oak
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
You did it. All right. Contest started. This is it.
This is everything we've worked towards.
For none of the marbles.
This is it. This is all of it. The worst of the worst.
Whoever loses is forever immortalized. Whoever wins this match is lost to obscurity. We'll never probably touch it again.
Yeah. Lost to shadow.
Now there's something to be said for runner-up, and also all Final Four of this tournament. It was 64 decks, so it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Best of 9. I really don't want a best of 9 though. We're fine. We're good there.
Yeah, I missed your question, Yo-Yo Milkworm, but no, you get just, if you drop it, we'll do it. A lot of people will wait in between games, but we'll pause what we're doing for it. Now's not a bad time for it if you want to do it now, though. So
was it a deck?
Deck rate, yeah. Deck evaluation.
Alright, let's do it. Real quick, deck eval before we do the finals.
Yep. Marcia Brachydocious.
Brachydocious. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, we got 71 sass. Wait, that's the prize. That's past sass. Okay,
So
this is 66.
it got demoted.
You are hanging out at 3 and 3 with it. All right. Indie Seal Vault Tour deck. Okay, so you were 3 and 3 at Indie Vault Tour.
Okay, yeah,
Gotcha.
we met you there, right?
Yeah.
Triple Berserker Slam is sweet.
That is good for Brobnar. Like,
yeah.
I really like Fire Breath too.
Gucci Dinosaur Hunter, pretty good.
Yeah.
In this set, honestly.
And Little Rapskull.
Double Fire Breath.
Yeah, still came with Fire Breath is actually okay.
And honestly, the problem is that you only have the one giant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like.
Not
so
very good. Like this was right there, being the Dream Brobnar side. It was on the cusp.
Yeah, you'd be fine with like Smith, Where's Your Friend, and Irestaff all being dudes.
And
okay.
So it's probably not amazing then. Like you probably had to take a lot of underwhelming Brobnar turns, if I had to guess.
The Sania is good, but it's like it's not as good in Worlds Collide as it was in as it is against AOA.
Yeah, it's I think it was insane in AOA, but it's like average in Saurian. It might even be slightly worse in Worlds Collide.
I think it is. Data Forge probably never got off. I would imagine. Although you do have universal recycling bins, so that's something.
I do think Dysania is disproportionately better against the better Worlds Collide decks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But your average Worlds Collide deck, Dysania is probably worse than like your average Coda deck. So anyway, sorry. Double Sanitation Engineers, interesting. Academy training. Honestly, I feel like if you had like a Star Alliance to go with like your Fire Breaths and your Academy trainings and like walls to get some of those back, because I do like all of those attachments. So it's a shame you don't have like a walls to get those back. Titan Guardian is good. I think Titan Guardian is very important for logo sides in this. Because that lets your little nerds stay alive long enough. And I like Hapsis. Hapsis does a lot of work.
It's pretty sweet. Once it's online, it's punching forever.
Yeah. Hapsis is a good target for Fire Breath.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, yeah.
Double Ancient Power is very silly. If you can support it. City-State interest. City-State interest, Ancient Power
is really good. Still
actually crazy.
Is really good. Golems, Fluff Swords is great.
Your Saurian side seems incredible.
Yeah, that's a good Saurian side.
Like, yeah,
it could use.
I think this is like the classic no rare Saurian side.
Yeah, But man, that's fire. And they're large dudes. You got tribute, you got city state. I could see where you'd get games with this.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I bet you could ride Saurians to victory. I think the Brobnar is a strike against this deck.
The Logos isn't great either, but that Saurian is probably carrying the games it's winning.
I mean, if you take a Logos turn to play Universal Recycling Bin, Dataforge Cutthroat Research, and like a Sanitation Engineer, you feel like an idiot with this deck.
You don't advance much.
You're like, where are my Saurians?
The Recycle Bin is the only thing you can't purge any of your own stuff, so you're only able to use that reactively.
Yeah,
not great.
Yeah,
I remember you telling us that. That's like always the bummer of looking at Worlds Collide sealed. It's like how many Brobnar decks to open. That's how many decks I can't play.
Yeah. For this tournament. It is cool. I mean, I feel like maybe we talked about decks when we were at Indy, but it's Worlds Collide was fresh then, right? Yeah. So we couldn't process necessarily. We could say, "Oh, these cards are cool. This is really good," but we didn't know at the time like what is busted. Ancient City-State Interest and Ancient Power are super busted. Yeah. But like either one of those is like capable of winning a game, and when you combine them,
these are both my decks, so heck yeah.
3.
That's 6. Okay. Or 12.
So I am first. Okay.
Eddie's very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad dog. Alright, unmulligan this awful hand.
I'm gonna keep my hand.
Did you go first?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna play Redlock.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Go ahead. Playing mono Redlock over here.
Mono Redlock. It's pretty good. Oh, but not as good as this Mars turn. Play Zorg. I'll exterminate him.
Oh no. Why?
I'll play Entropic Manipulator. That's it.
Alright. I am gonna say Mars. I'll play 2 Mother Guns and a Shockworm. If you hadn't killed Redlock, I was seriously contemplating just playing double Mother Gun and not the Shockworm to get the Amber.
Yeah, that probably would.
Because I would have a Mars card in my hand that I could then start shooting stuff with. So,
I'll say Logos. I'll play Library of Babel, play Helper Bot, and I'll play a Gauntlet Command. Okay.
All right, I will say Mars. I'm gonna Mother Gun the Helper Bot, and then I'm gonna Mother Gun the Zorg for 2. I'm going to play 2 Zizix Shockworms, and the invasion has begun. I will reap, and it is your turn. I will draw 2.
Play Logos. I'll draw a card. I will remote access a Mother Gun to shoot a Shockworm for 2.
Okay.
Play Igor. Ooh. Okay, I'll discard Grumpus and Gargantua Scrapper. I'll play a Cutthroat Research and Archimedes. That's it.
I am going to say Mars. I'm going to Mother Gun and shoot the Zorg for 1. I'll play Sky Booster Squadron.
I would probably shoot one of these guys for 1 because of Throwing Stars.
Ah, okay. I'll shoot
and also because of Martian Hounds.
I'll shoot Archimedes for 1 then. I know I can't beat Zorg in a straight up fight right now. Okay. And then I'll reap 3 times. And it is your turn. I will draw 1.
Oof. Okay. This is the finale.
This is the finals. This is the final game. Just in time, Art Boy Moy.
I'll say Mars. I will unstun Zorg. I will discard Exterminate. Discard sample collection. Mars first to fight.
Okay. So take 3, and then these guys are stunned.
And that's it. I just want to prove that I won that tournament with the worst deck we own. Or not won it, but had a winning record in it. Got top. I got fifth.
I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Subtle Maul. I'll play Hideaway Hole. So I actually had
Don't worry about it.
You just put that Amber in the archives?
On the discard pile for some reason.
Yeah, because it's garbage. I had Subtle Maul Dust Chronicles. So I wanted to, after playing turn 1 Redlock, I wanted to Subtle Maul Dust Chronicles, get the extra Amber from Redlock, and then move into the Mars turn, depending on what you played on the first turn. But you assassinated poor Redlock.
One of the other decks was in the bracket. The third deck was actually good, but it got banned almost every round.
So I will archive card. I have more Amber than you. And I will say check with 6. It's your turn. I will draw.
Funny enough, my second bad deck in Steel Triad had like none or like 1 Amber control card, but it performed better than that one did. Strangely,
if it was faster,
it was a bit faster, and it was better at fighting for the board.
Yeah, it's fighting for the board is so important anyway.
I'll say Logos. I'll draw a card. Play Librarian, play Librarian. Play Knowledge of Power. Archive a card. Reap with these guys, they'll get hyper stunned.
the double stun.
But I will go to 6.
Okay, so I will forge.
I'll draw an archive. Yeah, it was still Triad. So you opened 3 decks, and those are the decks you had for the tournament. Your opponent looked at all of your deck houses, and they did not see your deck list, and they picked one to ban. I had 2 Shadows Mars Brobnar deck and 1 Sanctum Dis Shadows deck. So the Sanctum Dis Shadows deck got banned every round except for 1, I think. In the regular play, that is. Colby actually let me have that deck, and it won against him in both of our matches. So, funny enough.
I will.
But that deck lost twice. He had what did he have? He had like the antithesis of my deck.
He had like
exploits and stuff. No, he had misery exploits or like Darnas or something.
Yeah,
because he had Darnas and I was like flamethrowing his guys. So
yeah, I was gonna say one of his decks looked like a Coda deck.
It was madness.
It was like a Coda Shadows deck. So
I believe he did ban the same deck both times. If memory serves, it was my third deck. It was not that one, or it wasn't the Sanctum one.
I am gonna say Mars. I'm gonna Mother Gun. This is awkward.
Yeah, if you see it on YouTube, you can search for U.S. Grand Champs. I'm in round 5, and I'm in the top
it's not 8
game.
It's not awkward at all. I'm gonna Martian Hounds to put.
If you don't watch me lose.
For each damaged creature. So I'm gonna make this Zizix 6 power. I'm gonna unstun them. And then I'm gonna Reap with Sky Booster in my hand so that I can Mother Gun and shoot the Zorg.
For 2?
Yes. And then Mother Gun and shoot Archimedes. And then I will play a Sky Booster and a Xanthix Harvester. And it is your turn. I will draw 2.
I will forge. Say Brobnar. Play Bramo.
Okay.
A little Rapskull. Kind of like command Bramo. Fight the Harvester, and then we'll fight That's not good. I'll fight.
Wait, what? How are you fighting twice?
Oh, sorry. Into the fray.
Okay.
Into the fray. Fight. And I'll fight this guy booster.
Sure.
That's actually like a lot of damage with two Mother Guns on the table. And I'll tremor those guys.
Okay.
So I'll draw an archive 2.
Okay, I am going to say Brobnar. I am going to play Law Up the Titanic. I'll Gengar Chieftain into Titan Librarian. And then I will play a Grumpus Tamer. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll say Logos. I'll play Quantum Finger Trap. Draw a card. I will fight that guy. I'll unstun this guy. I will play 2 Pipips. Who can have the worst creatures? Alright. That's it. Draw and archive 1.
Okay. I will say Mars. I will Key Abduction. I guess I'll put them back in my hand. I wanted to get the both. I wanted to keep deck both, so I had extra damage on the Mother Gun. I'll Mother Gun the Librarian and the Rapskull. And then I'll play. And your turn, I will draw 2.
Alright, I'll say Brobnar. I will First Blood.
For nothing.
For nothing. I'll play Groggins, Grumpus Tamer, Gauntlet. Groggins, or I guess Grumpus could fight Lollop, so that's something. So he'll fight Lollop.
Okay.
To ready and fight the Tamer.
Okay.
Keep doing even split of creatures. That's something. That's it. All that. Draw. No archives this time.
Okay, I am gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play War Grumpus and Foozle. Lollop is gonna fight your Groggins. And then Gengar Chieftain will fight.
This is a very violent matchup right now.
Yeah, just punching each other left and right. It'll fight the Grumpus Tamer.
Okay.
Can't like. I feel like one tiny small outlet of card advantage is like enough to swing the game.
Okay, I'll say Logos. I'll play Cutthroat Research. Draw a card. Play Archimedes. Play Helperbot. Helperbot will tremor there. Ooh, actually, I could finger trap that first and then tremor there. I think that's better.
Okay.
I'll reap 3 times. Stunned.
Okay.
Go 3 or go 6.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to discard 2 bad pennies. I will Miasma. I am going to Merkins. I'll get a card at random for your guys.
Okay.
Sky Booster score.
Go ahead and read with that.
Put it into your hand. I will. All right, guys are stunned. And actually, Hideaway Hole helps your War Grumpus. I'll Subtle Maul.
Okay.
Okay, and your turn. I will draw 4.
Okay, I'll say Brobnar. You played red in my trap card. Gargantus Grab. I'll shoot. I'll actually shoot that for 3.
Okay.
Play a little Rapskull. Gauntlet War Grumpus into Merkins to ready and fight.
I can see it's ready actually. So.
It's ready and fight this guy.
With the Gargantus Scrapper?
The Scrapper, yeah, so he dies. Sure, you have 7 guys on the board. Highest power is 3. Love it. And
so you couldn't actually play Might Makes Right.
Yeah. I'll Gauntlet. I'll Gauntlet this Grumpus into the Gengar Chieftain.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, I will put my archives into my hand and say Shadows. I'm going to play Furtive Investors, so you got more amber than me, and you got 1 key. I am going to play Ronnie. Just trying to set up the Ronnie to steal more than 1.
Yeah.
I'll Subtle Maul. Trying to hit your knowledge's power that I know you're hiding. Throwing Stars. I'll hit the Helper Bot. No, that just helps your knowledge's power. I'll just shoot Pip, and Little Rapskull. Okay. Your turn. Check with 6. I will draw 2.
Alright, I'll say Robnar. I'll play a First Blood to do... I'll do 2 damage to that guy. I will Gauntlet Igor. Gauntlet Igor into that guy. Because I might have Rapskull will do nothing. That's it.
Okay. I forge for 6. I am going to say Brobnar. I will sound the horns. I don't know. Oh no. Okay, well. Or if these flamethrowers could have done anything against your 2 power creatures. I will Hound. Found the little Rapskull. I'll Trimmer. I'll play a War Grumpus. I'll unstun. And it is your turn. I will shuffle and draw 4.
So Forge. Say Mars. Play Zorg. Play Exterminate to kill Foozle. Play Entropic Manipulator. Play Mars first. Stun Zorg. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Entropic Man. I like that.
Okay. Mars. I am gonna reap with the Sky Booster Squadron. This is yours now.
Hey.
Because I'm going to key abduction. We got back to your hand anyway. I'm gonna mother gun. We'll shoot down Archimedes. We'll shoot down Pip. We'll play Shockworm, Collector Worm, Harvester, then Mars first, the Harvester. Ready. 7.
Nope, I ain't got Amber Control's deck, so that's it. I
were
didn't
you-
have Knowledge Power.
Oh,
yet.
really?
It was the next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like waiting for you to. I was like, did he not have enough amber?
Didn't have.
How many cards were here? 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was expecting you to just like play it and then like zoom up. I had actually archived Ronnie. I could have just stolen 1 amber from me, but I was like, I have to like save it for when he thinks he's going for a key.
Yeah.
Because if I just use Ronnie randomly, willy-nilly in the game,
That was actually a really good game. Funny
yeah,
enough.
yeah, it was. That's like probably better than a lot of our finals.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah,
All right, Oakwalker, you're it, dog.
that's it. There you go. T0, not the worst deck in the world.
Not the worst deck.
All of Justin's complaining about having to play this deck clearly
Invalidated.
for nothing. Let's see. What's the brackets looking like?
I think probably the winner was decided
A long time ago.
a long time ago. Yeah.
All right. Oakwalker.
I believe that is that's the person
Bryce
that has been in first for a while
Yeah.
because their expected score was much higher than
Bryce Cube. What's it?
yeah.
It's Cubic
Cubic
Lava.
Lava is the winner.
Cubic Lava.
Yep. All right. Well, congrats to Cubic Lava. We'll be sending you that sweet Keyforge deck box thing.
I will.
Nathan will actually go to the mailbox.
Yeah, my goal is to go and mail stuff out tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'll get in touch with the old Cubic soon.
Yeah,
and get you that as soon as you respond to me.
So, yeah, it ended up being a pretty great game.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through this tournament.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't.
It was
a slog at times, but we got there.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah,
I'm glad we did it.
I am too.
The
work had to be done.
Yeah,
we had to just power through it.
We had to power through it. We had to get through the bad part to get, because I feel like there was decks that are the same power level are fun to play against each other.
It was the struggle was like round 1, right? Round 1 and 2, because you had those blowouts.
The stuff that was like done wrong. It's like, what if a deck, what kind of deck loses to Light Tasker in the first round of a tournament that we never think of?
Mm-hmm.
Gets completely disrespected by some of like the best Worlds Collide decks that we have. We could have had a deck that went 2-1 and 3-0 in that, then both those decks could have ended up making it to the next round of that tournament. So
I don't necessarily think it's not great Keyforge. I think reversal and if you do reversal chainbound, not chainbound, what am I trying to? No, that doesn't work. Really.
Are you thinking of adaptive?
Adaptive. That doesn't really work, right? No,
because I think adaptive is the great equalizer.
Yeah. Adaptive is the best format.
I think, but the big issue is time concerns.
Yeah.
So
single game adaptive is the best format.
Got a Plague Rat deck. Plague.
I do think it would be cool for Fantasy Flight at some future tournaments to have a feature reversal tournament of some kind. And that gives those decks draw.
I almost feel, so that's why I was really excited about Worlds, because you had different seats having different skills.
Unfortunately, reversal was not one of them.
Yeah, I kind of wish
we were hoping it would have been.
But adaptive is one.
Yeah.
So I do think, and I think Shadow Worlds, the illicit underground Shadow Worlds tournament that was run did provide a lot of information as to what type of decks people would bring to a tournament like that. And the team that went 6-0 out of Italy, their triad decks were super interesting. They were all 3 of them were all AOA, all AOA, and they looked like they were not bad AOA decks, but they all look like average AOA decks. And they all had kind of similar things going on.
So it's a crapshoot whether or not you.
So you don't know which one to ban. There's no clear best one.
I think that's probably best for Triad, where you don't end up getting the same deck banned every game.
Yeah,
every round.
Right. You want to make it so that your opponent can't figure. It's the shell game.
Also, if they're similar, they probably aren't going to remember what deck has what stuff. During the games. That's something. I guess in TCO it's a little different because you always check the deck list, but in a normal game you can't do that.
Yeah. It would be real easy to get confused if all of your decks shared 2 houses.
Right.
You could do a shell game and just completely obfuscate it.
200 IQ stuff. That's right. Next on the Keyforge agenda is...
So I think we're going to debut the Gauntlet.
Yeah. That'll be Sunday.
I think it'll be Sunday. That'll give us enough time to put together the Gauntlet. We may rearrange the schedule, some moving up.
We probably won't do Fridays anymore after this. This might be our last Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll still only do one Keyforge stream a week. Probably on Wednesday. Yeah, probably on Wednesday.
Yeah. Because we're
until the new section.
Yeah, and moving up to Worlds Collide, we're probably going to do card game Necromancy once a week, Lord of the Rings, or some other cooperative card game.
We're pretty deep in Lord of the Rings right now.
Lord of the Rings is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Making it through the saga has been a lot of fun. We rewriting the books, taking that absolute hack Tolkien, who I can't believe defined a genre.
Yeah.
We're taking his work, we're making it our own. So that's been a lot of fun to do. And then we'll do the Gauntlet. We did talk about for leading up into Mass Mutations, doing a beginner stream or series. It may be multiple nights, and maybe one night. We don't know.
Depends on how it goes.
We need to kind of sit down and think about what we really want to do and how we want to present that. But we wanted to get like a nice introduction to Keyforge. If you're coming new into it, might be fun to do a section. It's like, hey, so you played Keyforge in the past. Here's what you need to know coming into Mass Mutations. Because I think Keyforge, more than any other game, you may have people who step away for a set. We saw that with Worlds Collide. A lot of people were like, yeah, I checked out AOA, didn't really grab me, so I left, but I heard about the dinosaurs, gotta get those dinosaurs, and then came back. So we might do that might be a section of it. And that would be kind of fun to do leading up into sets from now on, basically saying, if you missed Worlds Collide, here's Worlds Collide, the Worlds Collide primer.
And you can decide if you want to even buy an index, because you don't have to, and that's Keyforge.
Right,
that's
exactly.
Cool
so,
your thoughts about how to construct a gauntlet. A lot of us would benefit from doing similar things. We haven't really given it that much thought yet.
Yeah.
We want to get a wide variety of decks that do different things. At least every house represented probably at least once.
Yeah.
And so you want like a strong Saurian house, a strong Starlines house, because that's probably like a strong Saurian or Starlines board is something a deck should have to be able to deal with.
Yeah,
you want it.
Or you gotta be prepared for it, or be prepared to lose to it.
Yeah, you want like a rush deck. You want a heavy control.
That's
deck.
why I think Barcus Rex is like a shoe-in.
Yeah.
For the Gauntlet, because Barcus Rex is probably one of the fastest decks that we have. I think
the first deck we were gonna send through the Gauntlet, I think, was the one we opened during this tournament.
Was it this one? The Beast That Quits Defeat.
I think so.
Was it this one? The AOA deck. This was the Punctuated Equilibrium. I think it was this one.
Okay.
Because it has Gangernaut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this deck has double regrowth to go with the Gangernaut combo, and a Glimmer, and Punctuated Equilibrium. It's got Treasure Map. So the Shadows is like medium, but it has some disruptive elements. It's got a Swindle, Treasure Map. It's got a Hidden Stash. I love the Shadows Archive cards. It's got a Dusk Chronicles as well. I love those in Gangernaut combo decks because it gives you that efficiency that Brobnar does not have.
It's even like 1 or 2 cards that's just like makes a big difference.
Yeah, and in AOA, Shadows is way more Amber control. So I would rather have Amber control and small efficiency versus the lots of efficiency and barely any Amber control.
Because that's what we saw during the tournament. If you can't answer 6 Amber, then you're going to lose the game.
Exactly. So this deck doesn't have like amazing Amber control, but it does have Screech Bomb, Pile of Skulls. It's got Life Web. You might be able to hit with
the comp.
Oh yeah. Let me do that. So I won that game. Done.
So I don't think we're gonna put a deck like Light Tasker in there because Light Tasker probably beats 90% of decks.
Yeah, right? And I don't think
pointless.
Light Tasker is super oppressive. Yeah. I do think Ardreth is a better gauge because Ardreth isn't stealing vast amounts of Amber; it's just destroying a lot of Amber.
Yeah, I feel like Ardreth will trash most of the decks that go through the gauntlet.
Right, but Ardreth is a lot less oppressive than Light Tasker.
True. Yeah.
Right, because Light Tasker won't trash as many cards, but it will steal so much more Amber. So
that's true. Then you want to have like a Coda Steely deck as well, or like a good Shadows Coda side to contest. AOA, you want like a Gangernaut combo.
Yeah, I was actually thinking for AOA that was it Y Forgeress, the Grunt Buggy?
The Grunt Buggy deck.
The huge Sanctum Brobnar Disc Grunt Buggy deck. Yeah. I think that's like a perfect
That's a good Grunt Buggy deck, yeah. So we have probably 10-ish contestants for the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to get one of every archetype, really.
Yeah.
So you want like combo, you want control, you want rush. You want a crappy deck.
Because I do think that'll help us put some concepts together moving into the beginner series. So because we'll be able to sit down and say this deck is a rush deck. You know, Marcus Rex is not super concerned about what's going on the opponent's board. It'll wipe it out if it looks like it's going to, like, that's why Strange Gizmo is really powerful in Barkus Rex, because you can just you slam down the Strange Gizmo because you don't care if you lose all your stuff in that deck. You're counting to 18.
Yep.
Whereas a deck like Y Forgeress is like, I'm trying to establish a board. You're going to have to make decisions. Okay, this turn, I've got 3 dudes to use, or I could play 3 cards from my hand. What's the right call?
We could probably try to track more stats on things that run the gauntlet too.
Yeah, that would be cool because we could make a spreadsheet for that. I think that'd be good. That'd be good info, and then we can I think
how much Amber was generated against this deck.
Yeah.
Versus like future matchups.
Yeah, that would be good because that was something we wanted to do in the very original tournament, and then we realized that keeping that many stats was just such a pain.
Yeah,
it was such a pain while we were streaming because it's like, hang on, I got to type into a spreadsheet for 3 minutes. So I think the gauntlet would be a nice way, and I don't because I think it's like, while I admire Sass, Eric, all those types of scores, I think trying to come up with one of those is nearly meaningless.
Yeah, we could make a score based on the
I won't say meaningless.
Gauntlet. It's not meaningless now.
Yeah, not meaningless, but looking at the data, we can see what really matters. Because the thing with SAS scores is that your SAS scores don't change versus their opponent. SAS is in a vacuum. SAS is your opponent plays no cards.
Right.
So, I talked about this on one of the other streams just barely, but your creature control in SAS turns into Amber, your excess creature control. If your opponent has no creatures, or you don't really have to deal with creatures, that extra creature control, your big dudes can now reap. and that like SAS isn't really prepared for it.
Yeah, we could somebody come up with an algorithm based on statistics.
Yeah.
So
what we'll try to do is we'll try to keep like a super detailed report that's the Crucible tracker kind of thing.
If anyone wants to like track that stuff during our games,
we will
let us know, because if a third party is doing that for us, that's 1,000 times easier.
Right.
Yeah. So exactly, Niall. So like, if somebody wants to do that, we could share a Google sheet or something.
Right.
With you guys.
And we'll, because I think there's a lot to be gained from that, and I think labeling something as the Gauntlet is like a nice sphere for that, because when we're doing like Worlds Collide deck openings, it's just like you gotta get in there, you gotta experience the cards, you gotta have fun with it. Or Mass Mutations, when Mass Mutation comes out, it's just going to be just an orgy of deck wrappers just all over the place. Yeah. We're just going to be running through this stuff, and like that is not the time to really get down and be analytical. But something like the Gauntlet, I think, is going to be like a perfect place for that. So that's exciting. We'll start that Sunday. Yeah, we'll have something worked up. Right. Like if anyone has ideas for stats, and stuff, definitely tell us in the Discord. Yeah, throw them in the Discord. I can show you. So we were keeping track of mulligans, and we were keeping track of who went first. And at one point, I want to say going second was super far ahead, but going first made like this huge run to come back. And it was one of those things where we played, because it was like 150 rounds. It was 150 total games in round one of the tournament, back for Coda. And going first and going second were almost 50-50 by the time we got to the I think that also might be part of us learning to play the game better too. I think you might be right. And like knowing what to play first and what to hold. Yeah. I definitely think we had to have learned something about that as we played, right? So right. That's actually it's easier to take that second turn. That's a great section for getting into Keyforge. Yeah, your opening turns. You can lose a game in the opening turns and not know it because you've made some. I think because a lot of times keeping a reactionary hand is a bad idea. Gets punished because you're like, oh, my opponent didn't do the thing that I'm good. Yes, right now. Yeah, even though it might be like a 5 card in one house, but it's like but it's like creature. Yeah, it's like it's a kill. Punch something, and you discard 3 of them, and you end up putting one thing on the board, and you're just kind of like you lost a lot of resources. Or it's like Shaz. I have 3 steel cards. Looks really good. Yeah, your opponent is a giant. And cards like Miasma. Yeah, like knowing that, like, oh, I really need that. Like Miasma. I think is fine to keep in an opener, but if your deck has like Ronnie or too much to protect, Miasma stock goes way up. True. And so mulliganing those cards gives you a chance to hit them. You know, so I think like when we sit down and we start like when we try to like take all of the Keyforge knowledge that we've somehow gathered and like start trying to like break it down, we'll have like a ton of stuff to do on the new player vids. And I think trying to think about what we think is important for the Gauntlet is like a good foundation for deciding what to put in the new player stuff. Yeah, they'll go to YouTube just like our other stuff. It'll still be a stream format, so yeah, we may, because with the buttons and whatnot, with the stream deck, we may be able to do some like cuts and stuff in the middle of it, so that we could basically put up like a title card and stuff while we're streaming. So it'll still have the live. We'll still talk to people. Like that's what makes this fun. The one time Justin and I tried to do a pre-recorded thing, I think we both hated it, and we hated what we came up with. Yeah. Having the audience is super important to us. So it felt weird. Yeah, it was super weird. But yeah, the beast that quits defeat is going to run the Gauntlet. This deck was a lot of fun to play. Yeah. I'm sad that you didn't get to play it. We have to figure out how we're going to do Gauntlet if we want to like trade back and forth or whatever. Yeah. Probably will do that. Yeah, I think so. Because I guess each player experience. If we have the without getting trolled, it's terrible. We need to be getting trolled. Because that needs to be trolling us at all times. So and Stormstorm making dad jokes. Yes. because I think you're better with Light Tasker, I think we should play the decks that we're best at.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like you should play Ardreth.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then it's us like. It's the deck being playing at its optimal because that's what we're going for in that situation. So,
yeah, I agree. All right, well, that's good. 83. I was about to say goodbye, but
I think he heard treat. No, he's nodding back off. Would you like treat?
Seriously,
he's paralyzed.
Way to revive.
The only way to revive was with a treat. He's back down. He's back.
We're
crashed.
down. I'm blurry. Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was a good finale. Maybe our best finale.
Yeah, was when the Nibirius games close? I think they were close
for AOA.
No, Nibirius won it was not close.
I believe it was not close.
It was just Nibirius was just too fast.
I think so.
Okay,
if I remember. No. Game 3 did happen because Shelly won.
Okay,
but then I think it lost hard and.
Oh yeah, because we were like, yeah, it was like Nibirius won. Shelly scraped out a win, and then Nibirius just dump truck flat just.
It was rough because you get the time traveler stuff going on, and
and Shelly's like, I steal one amber.
I got a nerve blast.
Yeah.
That being said, Shelly did make it very far in the March Madness tournament. It's a solid AOA deck. I like it a lot.
I think there were a lot of AOA decks that we would not have looked at again. A lot of AOA decks we did not consider in the slightest when we were going to PAX Archon.
Right.
We were both kind of dead set on playing Worlds Collide because we felt like Worlds Collide had only been out for a few weeks. When we went there, we played against very few people playing Worlds Collide. I would say Dave Cordero was playing Worlds Collide.
I played 2 games of Worlds Collide.
Every other game I played was Coda,
except
for one game versus a double Grunt Buggy deck, a double Grunt Buggy AOA deck. I
played one AOA deck.
I felt like the vast majority of the decks I played against were Coda.
I know it was a negative AOA stigma when it first came out. Yeah, it lasts forever.
So,
now it's gonna be looked on fun.
I think it was. I think our experience with AOA. I think if more people had watched us especially the second round, because I felt like the second round of the AOA tournament got a lot better. The games got a lot better.
Oh yeah,
because we had learned a lot by then.
We were not having fun the first round, but the second round was good.
Yeah, because I do still think Gengar Knot is kind of crap. I get that it's very powerful, but I just don't think it should exist. I'll play it as long as it does exist. I don't actually think it needs to be nerfed at all, but I just don't think it should have been printed that way in the first place.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't think Martian Generosity should have been printed the way that it was. Not that we had any successful Ginka decks. I think
we had one that had the combo and it didn't really play well.
I think if people had watched us play AOA, they would have realized Brig, Ginka,
especially Brig. Brig was in so many of our decks and it was always crap.
Those decks were so bad.
It worked sometimes, but most of the time.
Yeah, you had games where you would Brig the opponent and lose.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of those things where, and that's why I'm looking forward to Mass Mutations. Worlds Collide, I feel like the tournament was kind of similar too. Yes, Saurians were good. Yes, they were powerful, but Saurians did not win that tournament.
No, they didn't even get to the top
8. They weren't in the top 4.
Top 4.
I think they were completely eliminated before the top 4.
Okay.
There might have been one.
No, they definitely were eliminated before the top 4. I know that for a fact. I was wondering if they were in the top 8.
I think the floor on Saurians is very high, but the ceiling on Saurians is not as high as the ceiling on Dis, Logos, Shadows, and Star Alliance in that
Well,
sense.
the ceiling on Saurians is really dumb stuff.
Yeah. But I think those decks are so
rare,
and it can be combined with stuff that's really, really bad.
Yes, it's really hard to get a good version of that. It's
I think
maybe very few, like one or two of those decks exist.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it's like a maximum roll.
Dave's deck from the Glorious Few is a great example. The Saurian stuff in that deck is dumb, but the Saurian stuff, the Saurian stuff is what's forging the keys, but it's the fact that the Logos in that deck is making sure that you're taking 6 to 8 card Saurian turns every time you say Saurians.
Yeah, exactly.
When Dave and I were playing, when he was taking fair turns, I was winning the game. When he was taking unfair turns, that's when he was winning the game.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So,
all right.
I enjoy talking about this game.
No, really?
That's my final parting words.
We like Keyforge, turns out.
So,
it's a good game. If you guys haven't heard of it.
Titan Mechanic is awesome with interdimensional graph.
Yeah.
Titan Mechanic is honestly that card was missed in AOA. I feel. So there's the evil Titan Mechanic now. There's one that's if he's not on a flank, it gives keys +1.
Okay.
Cost.
I like that.
So it's like a Murmook, but he has to be flanked. So
all right, we'll be back Friday for Star Wars Jedi Knights and Young Jedi.
Get ready.
Double feature of trash.
Double header.
So join us for that. Last week we was Star Wars the card game. It was particularly bad. We'll see if these...
We rolled some dice and some stuff happened.
Yeah, we'll see if these can live up to the Star Wars hype. But after that...
we get to the classic.
We get to Star Wars CCG.
So,
which is
that game is going to take 100 years for us to complete because
I'm not going to have any fun.
And Justin is going to have no idea what's happened.
Yeah, I'm going to hate it. Just play the game for me. I'll just go downstairs.
Thanks everybody hanging out. Thanks for chilling with us during the finale. Thanks for hanging out with us during podcast mode. Looking forward. I mean, Mass Mutations is not that far away.
It's a little over a month.
It's not that far away.
A little over a month, yeah.
So
very exciting. We're getting there. It seemed at some point like it was never going to happen, but
yeah,
we're so close.
We're getting there.
We're so close.
We're right there. July 10th.
July 10th. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to be able
5
to
weeks.
We're hoping to be able to get it like that week, maybe earlier in the week.
I may be able to get it that Wednesday.
Yeah, which would be cool. And then we'll just play from Wednesday to Friday nonstop.
We will open 72 Sanctum decks in a row. And here's what we're going to try to do. We're not going to try to create any viral moments.
Right.
We're not going to try to do that this time. So
ideally, we don't do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to just open a fair distribution of decks.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened in China, so we're probably fine.
I would be surprised if it happens again.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm sure they took steps.
So,
and they've had a lot of time to correct that.
Yeah.
We haven't opened new decks since November.
Yeah, I'm fiending for it.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That was so, this is an example, like, this deck right here.
Of opening a deck that you're like, oh, cool.
There's stuff going on in this deck, you know? Like, yeah.
We haven't done that in a long time.
So,
all right. Good night, everyone.
That's it. We're done.
I have a button.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta remember I have this
one button.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.